Almost walked by this. Sunday morning, 6th of December. It shows this will show the expansion of Rome, and this one says 8 AC. Then this one says in the year 146 AC, and the white area that you see there is the expansion. So now it includes all of Italy, Corsica, Sardinia, parts of North Africa, Sicily, Cadiz, south and eastern Spain, over into Macedonia and Greece. They called it, I want to say it's Acacia up there. And then this is interesting. Again, none of this information is guaranteed. This is 14 DC. So, if we were to go back here, this must have been, yeah, okay, AC is before Christ. So, anyway, this was, I want to say 8th century BC, could be wrong. But anyway, now I know that this is 146 years before Christ. This is 14 years DC, whatever after Christ is, and now they've taken over all of Gaul and Germania, which is France and Germany, and almost all of North Africa. They're over into Syria, what's now Israel, down along the Sinai, all up into Asia Minor, which is now Turkey, Iraq, Iran. Well, let me see, Turkey for sure, maybe not the Syrians or the Persians over in Iraq, Iran, can't tell, but they're up around the into the Black Sea, the Bosporus, and all of that. And then let's come over here. And this one, now that one said, okay, 14, and this is 117. And that's interesting. And what's interesting, based on the history of Rome, we talked about Rome, the Western Roman Empire, not the Eastern, but the Western Roman Empire, coming to an end on September 4th, 476 AD. They were up in Britannia, and you remember Hadrian's Wall and all that to protect the invaders. And then, you know, the government and everything had become so corrupt. Plus, they had expanded so much that they had such an area to protect that it became very, very difficult. But the main thing that made that difficult is through this expansion and through this conquest, they were, you know, essentially pillaging the coffers of all the countries that they conquered. They took their food, or provided more food. They took their money, their gold, their silver, and so on, and that fueled this expansion in the economy. The Republic fell long before the fall of Rome, and we went into the imperial era and so on. And the senators and the generals and everything became more and more powerful and corrupt, etc. At any rate, without the ability to expand now, you can't expand into the Atlantic Ocean, you can't expand into the deserts of Africa and Arabia, and certainly not up into what we now know as Russia and so on, and the cold frontiers and so on. But the expansion was over. There was nothing more to conquer. They were up to the Danube on the north, and all down through Mesopotamia and Assyria and Armenia and all that. And there was no place else to go, so there wasn't anything else to conquer. There wasn't any goods, resources, money to confiscate, and they imploded. And so this was about 117. That was the height of their expansion. So the decline was beginning around that time. I had remembered it around 123, something like that, which was only 6 years after what this portrays here. And for the next 300 years, they were in decline but didn't know it. until that you finally heard the big swishing sound at the end. So it's kind of apropos, I think, in some way to what's going on today, and that the decline had already begun, but nobody knew it. So I thought it was kind of interesting anyway. So that was their height, and about 300 years later they were gone. The western part anyway. Okay, thought it was interesting.